Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to yet another edition of the show. This is Barry Fair, episode 66 today on a beautiful Tuesday. And you can see I'm wearing my YouTube shirt. Now, one thing that Mark had brought up is controlling our nerves. And we're going to talk about that today. And joining me in the studio is Mark English. Good morning to you. Welcome to Tuesday.
Morning, Barry. Welcome, viewers, and welcome to episode 66.
And today we are off to see the doctor. But we won't go into that.
Except to say that it's all good.
Except to say that it is all good. So, you're going to get sick of hearing me say this. Okay? Now, for some of you, it is sad news because we really have enjoyed bringing out and about to you. And here is Mark to bring you that opening sequence now.
Thanks, Barry. It's been an absolute pleasure for the two of us, and it is a shame that we're going to be coming to an end, but all good things must come to an end. And the good news about our bad news is that Barry's going to be a very happy man.
And Tanya, if you are watching this, good luck for the future and whatever your future holds. And I miss you, miss the fun that we had together on Fridays. So good luck to you and Merry Christmas and all the best for 2023. But we must not wallow because Mark and I will still be around here until at least February, and do continue to watch the show and good luck, Tanya. But let's not worry about what other people are doing except wish them the best for their future. Here's Mark.
Yes, Tanya, I hope that everything works out and you will be sorely missed. I know Barry used to love Fridays with you, so I'm sorry that he has to miss out, but I hope you take care and you have a happy, prosperous future.
And the family does come first in those situations, and we must respect that. But we must not wallow. We've got a fantastic day coming up today. Our trusty friend Bruce is coming, so we better not keep this intro going too long. So, our nerves, we must control them. Here's Mark.
Well, when you say we must control them, I suppose you can't stop being nervous, but you can do a few things to try and not to have such an outward effect on you as it sometimes does. And it's just a matter of recognising what makes you nervous and then either practicing whatever it is so that you feel less nervous, or you develop some techniques for just being able to calm yourself down. And they can be quite varied.
So, get out there, guys. Enjoy life. And now, it is time for breakfast. And unfortunately, it is not.
Why would you bring your breakfast in here?
Look at that. What perfect timing.
And look at that. what perfect timing. And we'll just, and while we are talking to you, I'll tell you about breakfast as well. So we'll pause that, be back with you in a sec. Coming up after the break, we talk about how important it is to be respectful to doctors. And we'll be telling you how to donate to Lifeline again. And here's Mark to show you the two products that I've got here.
Unpackage one of them. So go. So we now have
A helicopter
the Life Flight helicopter
and the bear.
And I'm assuming that the bear, being as coolly attired as it is the chopper pilot.
Yes.
So they're two of the items that you can get from any RACQ outlet. And obviously the money from these goes to
keeping the choppers in the air. So if you've got any small change, guys, all you've got to do is dig deep in your pockets. It doesn't matter whether it's $5, $10, $2, $3, 50 cents. Every little bit helps, guys. Here's Mark.
They do a great emergency service, and it is partly funded through donations. So if you can find your way clear, that'll be awesome for them.
So we're going to take a break now and continue today's show. After this, you are watching episode 66 today. And Tanya, if you are watching, hello. Sorry that you've had to resign, and please keep in touch. And the number that we rely on 24 hours a day, you know what it is. 000. Please do not be a fool with that number. Here's Mark to close our intro with that.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, 000 is an emergency number only, and anything that distracts them from being able to achieve their outcomes is dangerous for the people that need those emergency services. So please don't prank call them or waste their time. Let them just get on with the work that they need to be doing to keep us safe.
So we will continue today's show after the break.
See you soon.
See you soon, guys. Welcome back to part 2 of episode 66 today. This is Barry and Mark. Now normally we are in the studio, but today we are not. We are heading off to the lovely suburb of Murrumba Downs, and Murrumba Downs is a suburb of Queensland, and it's got a shopping centre there and all that. Now, today we are going there for a good reason, but I won't tell you what it is. The reason. Tease. Because I have an appointment, but that's all I will say on this. But just going back over yesterday, guys, where we talked about taxing meters and all of that, you can see that the meter is ticking over when Bruce is driving. So here's Mark to open the second part of episode 66 with Zach.
Thanks, Barry. Yep, so we're on our way to Marumba Downs, as Barry said, and we're just doing the roundabout thing. And as you can see, the meter's ticking over as we tick over the kilometres, as they're all set to do. So if you're obsessed, you can sit there and just watch it tick away.
So the meter stops when the driver presses the button. So the meter now has gone up to $11.10. So I wonder what today's trip will come down to. So again, we just turn left and we're just having a lovely cab ride here. Here's Mark to tell you about it.
Bruce, the lifesaver, came to our rescue yet again and filled in because the taxi that we had booked had a mechanical issue, so it's off the road for the day.
So, also today on today's show we'll be recapping the White Christmas recipe. So what you need for this is rice bubbles, dried fruit, cocoa, desiccated coconut,
Powdered milk and some icing sugar.
And what you do is you mix all the ingredients together, guys. Okay. So and then you put it in a good tin. Okay, and put it in the fridge. And then when it's done, you can cut it into squares. And oh, I forgot the dried apricots. So, and the cherries. So, go ahead and make this recipe. Here's Mark.
Yes, I have to admit I hadn't had White Christmas since I was a child, and I'd clearly forgotten how nice it is, because once I'd made it with Barry, I decided to go home and make it for myself.
And did you make it?
I did, and it's just going to be yet another food stuff for Christmas, just to see how fat I can get.
Well, I will keep my opinions to myself on that one. So we're going to talk about also today how to set the Christmas table and prepare for a Christmas lunch. So we'll talk about that on the show later, but let's just take a break and enjoy Bruce's magnificent driving and music. Here's Mark to close the second part of our show with that.
Thanks, Barry. Yep, I'm 100% with you. It's time to kick back, relax, and just enjoy the ride. We'll see you soon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the continuation of episode 66. This is Barry Fair with you on yet another beautiful day here, and we are at Marumba Downs this time, and we've just finished at the doctor's, Now we won't go into what we did there because I don't want to put you bills off your lunch. So, at Maramba Downs is a lovely little shopping centre here. It's got Woolworths, it's got everything. Joining me now to continue episode 66 is Mark English. Good afternoon. Welcome to you.
Welcome to you too, Barry, and thank you for having me. Welcome, viewers.
And now we'd like to talk about being honest with doctors. Now, it is important that you tell the doctors the truth and nothing but the truth. Here's Mark now to open the rest of the show with that.
Thanks, Barry. Definitely a case of when doctors ask you a question and you might feel embarrassed to tell them the truth, but given that they make decisions based on what you tell them, the only way that anything can get treated properly is if you tell them the truth. So if you tell them porkies or leave out details or skirt the truth, then they're making decisions based on information that is absolutely wrong. So it only benefits you, who has gone to see the doctor, if you tell them the explicit truth.
And always remember that I have the relevant information with you as well. Here's Mark.
Well, if you know what you're going for, then you can collect relevant information, but most of us don't know enough about our health status and what affects it, and so when we go to the doctor, it's usually a mystery to us. We just know something's wrong. So it is valuable to be able to remember all of the issues that you have had that took you to the doctor. So if you're going because you're feeling, wake up, get out of bed and then feel faint, make sure that's what you tell them. So when they ask you, how have you been, that's the answer that you've got to give, rather than, yeah, pretty good, thanks.
Like I did today, I wasn't feeling all that good because I had problems last week. Here's Mark.
Well, you said to me that you were feeling nervous, and I didn't really understand why you were feeling nervous, but it's because you feared a bad result from your visit might have an impact on your move to Sydney. But the truth is, nothing's going to impact your move to Sydney. This is all to determine what happens when you get there, rather than whether you can go or not. So there was absolutely nothing to be nervous about in that regard. But it didn't stop you telling the truth.
No, it did not. So please do tell the truth, guys, because it always works. Here's Mark now.
Well, sometimes the truth doesn't lead to the information that you wanted, but it will lead you to the correct place, and if that requires more medical intervention, then that's what it needs, and that's what you went for. So to go to the doctor and not tell them the truth is a self-defeating purpose, really.
Next Tuesday we will be on air with you, but not on Monday. So next Tuesday we will have something excellent for you. Maybe a couple of milk jugs to film something, and while we have you, our highest score yesterday.
Well, it was 3,000 something. We actually got 3 of the balls into the jug and a couple of minor scores. But I think that's our best effort so far.
So that is our best effort so far. Now, unfortunately, like we keep saying, okay, going off term time and the doctors, okay, our album about series, which we have been bringing to you for the past 7 months now, will be coming to an end. So, I mean, as much as we don't want to end it, guys, Mark and I were disappointed that we have to bring the show to an end. Here he used to tell you about it.
It will be a sad day, the last one. It's been enlightening for me and a wonderful education, and I have really enjoyed doing the shows with you, Barry, so having them come to an end, very disappointing.
But as you know, as the saying goes, guys, we must do what is right within our hearts. Here's Mark.
Well, you know, Barry, that in your heart you want to go back to Sydney.
Yeah.
And I am 100% for that. You deserve to be happy, and I know that when you go back to Sydney, you'll probably be happier than you've ever been, because you've had this adventure, you've moved away, you've found out some things about yourself you didn't know, like the homesickness for one thing, and you know, that's not a bad thing. And you know, at least now you'll go back to Sydney and have a renewed joy in being there.
And I can say, guys, look what I did up in Brisbane.
Exactly, and you've got a significant record of what you've done to be able to show people.
So we've done 66 episodes so far. Now, the first episode, guys, was, you know, on May 30th, but the original episode, guys, it was on episode 17. Now, it was a very nervous day for us, okay? The first episode, because Mark didn't know about me and I didn't know about him, but how I got to meet him was back in Grey Park. And like I said, at 10 o'clock in the morning on May 30th, bang, that's when Out and About began. And we had to get the internet banking sorted out. Here's Mark.
Yes, I'm wondering if the viewers might be wondering how we started at episode 17, and that's because that's when Out and About started. But Barry had been doing episodes from the house prior to the start of Out and About, which is why Out and About starts at episode 17 rather than episode 1. So episode 1 was Barry doing a tour of the house, essentially, at Grey Park.
Well, no, it was actually at Sandgate where I did the original first one. But
the house tour wasn't an episode.
Ah, there you go. That was a special.
Just to give you viewers an idea of where I was living at that time. This episode, the original tour took place on April 22nd, but I had to redo that one. And that was on April 23rd, a Saturday, 2 days, a day before Anzac Day. And I also did an episode on how to manage stress to that day. How to treat someone, etc. So you are probably wondering why I've started episode 17 on the story bridge instead of episode 1. Pretty weird, really.
Well, I'm wondering.
Well, like I just said, we did a couple of episodes back before that. A Red Cliff and then at the park.
Aha.
So that's why it's been so weird. So anyway, here we are now on episode 66, and we're just waiting for our cat to arrive to take us to our next venue. So guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to bring the show to you this year. I started the show with you in Sydney, and I'm taking a big break from it, and now I am about to return to Sydney. So guys, like I said, out and about, been absolutely terrific. I've had a lot of fun bringing it to you. Here's Mark.
Well, we've both had a lot of fun. It's been, as I said, really enjoyable for me, and I've had a lot of fun getting out and visiting these places as well, some of which I have to admit I've never been to before. So, Time Zone and Kingpin, for instance, my first visits, and most enjoyable, I have to say.
And the doctor's visit today was quite good too.
Very positive, wasn't it?
It was. So guys, we're going to take a break and continue the rest of today's show at the next venue. So stay tuned. More of today's show, and to close the second part of the show, write the number that we rely on 24 hours a day. Don't need to tell you, you know what it is, so please don't be a fool with that number. Here's Mark to close out and we'll run the down segment with that.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, very important to keep those emergency numbers open all the time for emergencies.
And like I may need it again, like I did on Wednesday of last week. So please, if you haven't got an emergency, ladies and gentlemen, please leave it alone. Triple O is not a pizza delivery. Here's Mark to take us out with that.
Speaking of not a pizza delivery, we were talking about pizza for lunch, so maybe we'll use a different number and take care of that urge. But as Barry said, please leave 000 alone for emergencies.
So we will continue our show and our next venue. So stay tuned, guys. See you soon.
See you soon, everyone.
Well, here we are now at the end of episode 66. Thanks for joining us here today. We've had a lovely day today. Here's Mark to tell you about it before we close the show.
We have had a lovely day. We've done the duties, been and seen the doctor, and that worked out quite well. And then we tripped down the tube side, spilled some milk out of a jug, and had a very nice lunch. And, you know, topped off with a little crispy snack.
And frozen Coke and Cola.
Oh, and frozen Coke as well. So, yes, you've had a lovely day out so far. And best part is, I didn't even know that you weren't feeling well yesterday. You didn't say anything. So now that here we are today, and you feel great. So you're on top of it today.
So we're just here now to close the rest of today's show and to thank you for tuning in to episode 66. And just before we do go, guys, please donate to Bright Flight. They're an excellent organisation. Okay, good Mark to tell you about it.
Thanks, Barry. Yes, Lifeflight is partially funded by donation. So anything that you can find to be able to give to Lifeflight will be well spent on maintaining the choppers for emergency services, and hopefully you'll never need it, but you'll know that you've helped someone else.
So we'd like to take the opportunity of wishing you and your families and your loved ones a Merry Christmas, and like I've said, there will be no show next Monday due to Boxing Day, but we'll be back with you for episode 67 and then episode 68 coming up in early January on the 3rd of January, and there'll be no show on the 9th or 10th, and then Mark will be back as usual until the conclusion of the program.
Yes, I'll be there for the sad run home.
So until then, guys, thanks for your company today. The number that we rely on 24 hours a day, you know what it is. Don't have to tell you, don't ring that number and be a fool. Here's Mark to close episode 66 with that.
Thanks, Barry. I do hope that no one ever actually needs to use 000, but it's an emergency number for exactly that, emergencies. And please don't use it for anything else. It's not funny to distract people who are there to save other people's lives and help them in a moment of extreme need. So please, as Barry said, don't abuse 000, but if you do have an emergency, please call 000.
Like Mark would do if I was not very well.
Exactly.
So on that note, guys, thanks for your company, and we'll see you for episode 67 on Tuesday. We look forward to your company then. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody, and bye for now.
Bye bye.